Hi, my name is Laura, and I'm going to show you today how to make this travel-themed mini album. It is 4x6. You just untie the little tie, which is going to keep all the stuff together once you fill it up with your photos and such. And you open it up, and it's all travel-themed papers and embellishments with pockets so we can add extra photos or mementos from the trip. So this is what it looks like. We're going to make it out of 4x6 envelopes, a couple pieces of 7 Gypsies patterned paper, double-sided, and then a few sticker strips from Kane Company. Okay, so we've got our 4x6 envelopes. What we're going to do is you're going to take 2 envelopes and we're going to just tuck the flap to the inside. You're going to do it gently so that you don't bend the envelope all up. However, photos will be covering it, so if you do fumble a little bit, it's not a big deal. So you have 2 that are tucked in and 2 regular. What we're going to do is you're going to take your favorite adhesive, put a little bit of adhesive on just the flap of the envelope. Now when we line this up, we are going to attach the second envelope not quite on the crease, because otherwise it's going to have a problem folding. So you're going to go right next to the crease, and you're going to take one of the envelopes that's already got the flap folded in, and you're going to line it up right next to the crease of the first envelope, and this is what it looks like. Both the flaps are facing the same direction, and then on the back you can see that the flap is what's attaching it. So we now have 2 envelopes that are put together, and this is going to make part of our book. We're going to do the same thing with the second set of envelopes. Apply your adhesive, and then you're going to attach your envelope right next to the crease. Open side facing to the right. So we now have 2 just the same. This is half of our book is made now. Now we're going to take the 2 pieces of 7 Gypsies paper. This is the adventure theme. It's got a very travel feel to it. And then on this other one is black and white polka dots and red and white stripes. When you cut this, you're going to want to decide whether you want your stripes to go vertically or horizontally. I went ahead and decided to make mine go horizontally. So you're going to take this and cut off a 5.5 inch strip. Once you do that, then you're just going to take this, turn it sideways, because we want it to be 8.5 inches long. Don't lose this little piece because we will come back to this later. So we have our first page here. We're going to do the same thing with this travel themed paper. We're going to cut it off so it's 5.5 inches. And then we are going to cut this down to 8.5 inches. The beauty of using this paper is it's very busy, very full, it's got lots of different travel themed pictures on here, and so it doesn't really matter how you cut the paper because it's just going to pull it all together when it's through. So you're going to take these 2 strips that you cut, the 5.5 by 8.5 inch strip, and you're going to fold each of them in half. Okay, and now you're going to take the envelopes that we just attached. You're going to take one piece of the pattern paper, lay it down here, right on the crease, the crease of the paper on the crease of the envelope. You're going to line it up so that it's even, because what we're going to do is take a regular hole punch, and we're going to punch our holes. But to make sure that they all line up, you're just going to line up the paper in the envelope, put the paper punch in as far as it will go, and punch a hole. We're going to flip it around, do it the same on the other side. Then we will take the other piece of paper and the other set of envelopes and do the same thing. And pushing the paper punch all the way will make sure that our holes are all in the right, they'll all line up for us to bind the book. So now what we're going to do is put these in the right order so that we can build our book. The first page you're going to take it, and your envelope openings are going to be facing to the right. Then you're going to lay down your adventure paper, adventure side down, bingo side up. Then you're going to do the second set of envelopes, and the holes are going to go to the opposite direction. So that way, when we have a completed book, we'll have a pocket on this side and a pocket on this side. And your holes are all lining up, and then you are going to lay down black and white polka dotted side down, red and white striped side up. Now with any of this, you can feel free to ink it if you'd like to. I'll probably go back at the end and ink it. Now you have an 18-inch piece of twine. So we're just going to thread it through the holes, pull it through, and then what we're going to do is go ahead, lay it flat to tie it up. Just make sure it's a nice tight knot. And then if you want to, you can trim these tails or you can leave them long. It doesn't really matter. I usually trim mine up about that long. So now our book is put together. Now we just need to go in and embellish. So now what we're going to do is I used the pack of Around the World by Brenda Walton from K & Company. And the strips that we use will be these 5 strips here. The one looks like a belt, one looks like a map. This one has different stamps and butterflies and compasses. This one kind of looks like road signs, and then this one looks like postcards. All but the belt one are going to be cut off to 5 3/4 inches. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and cut these down. 5 3/4 inches is what we want it to be. It's a little hard to trim it just because they're not perfectly straight up and down, but that's okay. So the first one we're using is the one that looks like postcards. This one even has a little Viewmaster on there. It's quite cute. So you're going to open it up to your first page, and we are going to line this up. I love using these adhesive stickers because you peel the backing off and you've got it all ready to lay down. So we're just going to lie this down flat along the edge, and it just gives it, once again, that little bit of a travel feel that we're going for. And there's that page. Then what we're going to do is we're going to flip over to the next page, and the next page we are using the one that looks like street signs. So once we cut this street sign strip off to 5 3/4 inches, once again you're just going to peel the backing off, and you're going to set it along the edge of our second white page. And this is actually the back of the envelope. So this is just your solid sheet. There'll be room for photos, journaling if you want to, and there goes that. We're going to flip it over. Now this one doesn't get a sticker strip because this is the envelope, the open side of the envelope that we're going to use as a pocket. So what you're going to do, I used just 2 out of this pack from the 7 Gypsies themed Life is Good journaling sheets. You can choose whichever ones you want to. So I just pulled 2 out, so I'm going to take one of those and stick it in. This is going to be good. There's already lines on it. So this will be perfect for journaling, any little stories that go on in your trip. The pockets will be good, used for anything like tickets, if you take any, depending on what you do during your trip. There's lots of little flat mementos you'll be able to stick in there. So we're going to skip over the striped pages, and then we get to this side. Now you can see the envelope is facing to the inside here. These we're not going to use as pocket pages because it's going to be too inconvenient to be pulling things in and out of there. Once you put a picture down in there, that's going to flatten it down, and people probably won't even notice it's an envelope until you point it out to them. So the next strip that we're going to use is the one that has the more of the travel themed, the compass, the luggage, and the globe and things like that. Peel off your backing, and you're going to lay this little guy down right along the edge. Just like that. Then you're going to flip to the other side, and we're going to use, besides the brown belt, this is the next to last sticker strip. Now this one is darling because you can use either, it looks like map, looks like part of one of those old envelopes, and then maybe a little bit of masking tape, so it doesn't really matter which side you use. But the strip is about 5 3/4 inches long. So you're going to peel the backing off. You're going to set this down along the edge again. And then this very last page is your second pocket page. So you're going to take just another one of these cute 7 Gypsies journaling pages, stick this in there,